Greetings from Hyderabad. Today's event focuses on Sitecore Content Hub by Reilley, which is like Content Hub and the enchantment of external components. So hosted by Vishal and Yamini. And over to you, Rob, now. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Hope everyone, well, good morning for me, good evening for you guys. I don't know if you guys used the Content Hub before, but I'll take you through the external components, show you those, but also show you a little bit more into the Content Hub as well towards the end, depending on time. But let me get started. Let me share my screen. All right, a little bit about me. I work for a partner, a Sitecore partner. I live in the suburbs of Chicago. They're based in Minnesota, so they're a little far from me, but yeah. I'm Content Hub admin and developer certified, and I enjoy all things Sitecore. Today we're gonna kind of go over a little bit connection types, why I'm showing the external components a little bit, why I discovered them. And then I'm just demo various things with them. And I'm going to probably refer back to this slide because this is going to be a live demo. Yeah, I'll be showing you everything I can here, time permitting, of course. But so let me get started here. The good stuff, anyways. So originally, when I was looking at doing stuff in Content Hub to get data out of, to use like an external API, there was a couple options. Like, you can use Connect, which is, Sitecore uses Workato. It's kind of a visual interface to pull data. There were some other connectors that you can use that go to Sitecore. But I really wanted to do something more custom, like if I wanted to call an API or just kind of interact with something in Content Hub, image or video, and get that information and have it be right there on the page. So something a little more custom. And one of the things I ran into was like you're kind of limited as far as like action scripts go, and there kind of manipulates the internal Content Hub data. But what if you wanted do something externally with the Content Hub data right then and there? So that's why someone mentioned, well, what you need is Content Hub external components. And I'm like, oh, cool. It sounds really fun. So the way you do them is in React. And I'm like, okay, I'm new to React. I don't know much about React. But luckily there was two GitHub examples out there. And there was also a tutorial on how to do them. So the first thing I did was like every other programmer. I just did a little hello world thing, see if it hooks up. So here's an asset, simple hello world. Like, okay, cool. It displays that. All right, that's fun. But what if I wanted to get the title, like the title of the asset, and do something with it? Like, I don't know, display it differently, use it for lookup, do something in the back end. So what I found is with the React components, I can do that. I can have access to all that. And I can also display them and turn them off when I need to. And to do that, I'm going to turn these two on here. And I'll show you how that's wired up too as well. So now I got two. This one is telling me, hey, the NTID is this, the following information, a little bit about the CS. Here's my username, the ID of the asset. I do want to let me find a better, more colorful asset here. That one's kind of boring. Do this one. But anyways, yeah, as you can see, when you change it, the information changes. And I got more here. It'll turn on. So there's title, everything. So it is interacting. But now the other cool thing is, if I change anything or do a save, I can hook these external components, and it could hook on the save event. So see, I get this pop-up now, NTID with it, and definition, well, undefined, but so now I can also hook up to the save event. So if they save something, I can do another process externally. So how do I get to that point though? So this is kind of like, okay, here it is on the page, but how do we get to that page? Well, let's start with the top and then go to the to the lower level. So on all the pages, if you're not familiar with Content Hub, you can pretty much change whatever you see on any page in Content Hub and lay it out and different data and all that. So with external components, you'd go to settings, pages. In this case, we changed assets details. And all I did was lay out an external component. You just add it, just add external, and you select it, and then you pick your component you want. Now, the cool thing about this is you got two choices here. You can host the JavaScript you need, the React component. They call it a bundle, so JavaScript bundle within Sitecore, or within Content Hub, or you can do it from a path. And to upload those, you would upload it here in the settings, and so it'd be under this portal assets, and you can see this has the JS and all that stuff. So that's a simple how you wire that up. That shows you how to wire up, what you see on the screen and all that. But the actual React components, those have to be built and loaded. But the nice thing about this is you can have Sitecore host that bundle, or you can have a link to it. And you'll see in these examples that they have the GitHubs, and I'll paste these in the chat too. They're in my presentation, like where you can go. They have a whole README on like how to set this up. It's a lot of stuff you've seen before. You run npm install, and then you have a bunch of libraries that you can use to run it. So it'll kind of break it down how to do it. But you got a couple choices here. You can run npm run serve, which will host it'll host it with localhost, that bundle, so you'll be able to get it from a URL. Now, this is the second time I've been using this with a Mac, so I haven't been able to, like, the localhost stuff shows up in a bundle, but I haven't been able to access it from the Content Hub. I was able to access from the Windows, but I have a workaround for that, and then I'll show you that. And the other option too is you do an npm run build, it'll build all your React components. So then you have them compiled, and then that's where you would upload them into that portal asset in Sitecore. And you'll see them in the project here as well. So I won't go into too much React. I would follow the examples, but I do want to show you guys how this is wired up, that it's live. So we're going to just take this simple React, and this is all in TypeScript, but when it gets built, it's a JS file. So we're going to do simple React here. So if you're familiar with React, you send a property, it consumes it, and then it calls up something to render it. And this is the part that, for the most part, it's pretty easy to understand, because this is where you're going to put like a lot of your HTML type stuff. So let me grab a quote. Hopefully I got the right command there. I've been learning. I haven't had a Mac too long. I've had an iPad and iPhone, but learning the shortcuts here. Okay. So here I got in my React component. So now I'm going to build it again. Okay, it's all built. Now, if I wanted to run this, normally this would work. It seems that it works for a Windows laptop. It doesn't seem to be working well for it. It'll render, but for whatever reason, the Content Hub can't find it. So but I'll show you where I can do it in the browser at least. So here's it in the browser, localhost, and then you see it here. So so I can use this link into Sitecore, and yeah, it'll work. It'll work fine, just the same as uploading a bundle. But in this case, what I want to do is actually get it to work for this demo. So I was introduced to this website called glitch.com, and this actually works for what I need it to do. So without being blocked. I think what happens is with localhost, maybe with Mac OS, it's blocking it. So I'm going to upload a new file, the one that we just changed, the simple React with the new quote and everything. We can find it here. I had it recently. All right, hold on here. Bear with me for a moment here. I think it was this one. I'll find it. Hold on. I know where it's at. It's in this distribution folder, so. Start main, okay. Here we go. All right, so this is the one we just built. So I'm gonna upload this. override it. All right. And then here's glitch. It's hosting it. It gives you this, gives you your own URL too, which is really cool. So refresh that. Now I'm going to copy this. I think it's going to be the same, but I'll just walk through the steps anyways. We're going to go to pages. Let's look for asset detail. And we're going to do this, turn this on. And as you can see, it's going to do a from path. So we'll paste the path. It looks like it's the same path, so it's not going to save it. But all right, I turned it on. So let's refresh this, and hopefully if this works, we'll see that new quote that we put in there. Yep. Here's that new quote. So it was pretty easy to wire it up. It's up to you what you prefer to do. Like if you prefer Content Hub to host the bundle, or you can do a live URL to host it. Live URL gets the updates really quick, so Content Hub gets them faster. And, you know, which is, I don't know, whatever you prefer. A couple other things too I wanted to show you is that, you know, you see the title here, which is great, but you need to send that title. And it's really simple to do. You could send any property you want from the Content Hub, and you'll see a list of different ones, and then, you know, here's the object, here you send. So in the back end, we're sending this title, and then it's picking it up in React. Show you here. So it's picking it up here. Now you don't specify title, but you send in the property. In this case, we're just sending in a title, and then it just consumes it here. A lot of this is pretty standard code that you'll see, especially in the GitHub and all these examples. You know, it checks the entity ID, all that stuff that's being set in, and then it returns what you see on the screen. Now, if the property's not set, you'll see the words not set. So this is something I ran into where I realized, oh, I got to send in the title. So yeah, make sure you do that. So you can send in anything you want from the Content Hub, which is kind of nice. The thing I like about with the title is, you know, I can use that to search things on the internet. Like, so if I was doing like cars or something, and I wanted to know about a certain model car, I could send that title to some API, and that API could return that car information, and then I'd have it displayed on that screen, on the screen, you know, and then in real time too. So let me go check where I'm at here. I want to make sure I covered everything. So I talked about bundle blisters, so the page layout, portal assets, sending properties. Okay, let's talk about, I do want to talk about Storybook a little bit too. And this is one of the things I discovered on doing this is you have a little test thing that you can run. Find it here. It's in the README here. I want to make sure I got the right syntax. npm run Storybook. Okay, oops. All right, hold on. I thought this was kind of cool. You know, if you have a React developer who may not have access to the Content Hub, or you just wanted to just kind of test it before you uploaded. This kind of gives you a way to do that. We'll look at our simple React component here. Here's that quote that we put in there. It has a little code. I know that's not really helpful, but that's the code it gives you. But yeah, here's an example. So you can send a test data like you would in the Content Hub. So this came with one of the GitHub examples. So one thing I found about React, versus coming from just a typical C# ASP.NET backend, is that there's a lot of external libraries that you can add to React to use, which is really good. So you'll find different things that you'll want to use and like. The other issue with React is it's ever changing, so it changes a lot more than .NET did. But it doesn't seem like too many breaking changes, but just something to kind of be aware. Something that I ran across when I was doing this. And the nice thing about these bundles, they have everything in it. I know they're huge, but it's one thing with all the stuff you need, all the supporting thing. I know this is a lot just for just a little text, but it has everything in one. All right, so I wanted to actually go through and show you like uploading an asset video. I wanted to start with that, and then a regular asset too. I wanted to show you some Veda stuff. So let's see if I can find it. So right now in all my videos, so if I upload a video, I got an external video player, which is another React component. And this one came in the examples. So this one's pretty simple. It has just a play button, and I gotta find it here, but it's in here somewhere. But it has a play button. It plays a video, just real simple. So let's go. I'm going to take you through the process of just uploading a video. And then you'll see how it how that processes these things. So you can get downloaded. Yep, there we go. Okay, so right now, whenever you upload any asset and Content Hub, it takes a little bit to kind of process. But we'll see the actual thumbnail image when it's ready. Click into it. There we go. All right, so let's see if it's ready yet here. All right, so I got my little hello world on there, but I want to, should be on there. Let me go back to pages. I do have a video player on there. That's an external. I'll show you here. This guy here is visible. It might still take still processing. There we go. Okay. So this here, and this is just like a fun experiment, see if it works. This actually takes that video that's here, and then there's a rack component down here, and then I can play it down here. Does the whole play button, everything, works great. So, I guess that's something else you can do, move components around. You can do the page layout and stuff, but like now you can do your own custom video player in React. So let's make sure I covered everything with the components. I think I did. But I wanted to show you guys, I think we have enough time. It's 40 minutes. I wanted to show you some of the new other features with the Content Hub. Let's create a new one. I did download new pictures here. I have no idea what this is, but it came up when I was searching. It looked really cool. So I'm going to upload this, let it process here for a minute. So the really cool thing about Content Hub is that, especially lately, is like they've been doing a lot of updates with the Sitecore Stream and AI. So now you'll be able to kind of auto tag. There was an auto tag in there before, and I could show you that one, but there's a even better thing now you can do that where you can add more tags, just auto tagging and approving them and stuff. So I'm going to get to that and show you guys. All right. It's a video uploaded. So the old way, well, and this still works. You can still do this, but I'll let this process when we do it. So you're going to want to save that. Got my external component running. So under image analysis, auto tag. So we're going to save. So here's our image. So right now it uses the title. So let's change the title real quick. Save it. Let's refresh this real quick. All right, perfect. Okay, so the tags came up quick. So here's the title. You can see the well, the title's supposed
You
to be
add
there
in the
anyways.
file name.
Oh, whoops! I used the wrong title. Try that again. I don't want file name, I want title. It's proving that it's a live demo. All right, let's refresh this, and then I'll show you the tag. Okay, so there's very cool statue. Okay, so what Content Hub did, it auto tagged this, so it's saying mountain statue. So it did a decent job. Outdoor text, place of worship, yellow in person, and then a large building with a mountain on the background. So it did that automatically without having me do anything. I've seen this problem with the text before. I don't know why it does that. But for the most part, these tags came in really, really well. But there's a new way to do this now, and you'll find it on this More Actions button, and then if you say tag with AI, it's going to process this picture. And then actually have suggestions for tags. Give it a moment here. And one of the things about this too, and is one of the reasons why I wanted to demo this on a Mac, is just to, because usually I'm tied to my Windows laptop with a lot of stuff I do, but now with like newer stuff with React, I can do that on any, pretty much anything I wanted. All right, so once the tagging's done, it comes up with all these suggestions of tags. I'll add all those, and then, okay, well, and these are tags that you have existing. I just want an adventure seeker, let's say. So save that, and then there's all your new tags. So if you have access to Content Hub, to turn this on, you'd want to go to AI settings in your settings, and then there's this default AI tagging profile, and you want to make sure image tagging is enabled. And then you can use, the nice thing about the default image thing, you can use your own AI if you wanted to. That's a connector. It's just using the default Sitecore AI. And then you can put what fields you want to tag. So, but yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to show you too. So let's go back. Our video. So here's our video. Our video didn't tag because we don't, we're not doing anything. We didn't set up tagging with it, but it should work about the same as it do for an image. But yeah, there's some other examples of stuff I've uploaded and done, and here's all my external components. So I would start with, especially if you're doing React, just do the hello world first. It's the easiest thing to do, and then kind of just go into this other stuff and kind of just learn how that's going. But it seems like React is kind of where stuff is moving to. So, and this really integrates with it well. All right, let me make sure I covered everything. Yep. So here is, I'm going to see if I can copy these. I'm gonna paste this in chat before I forget. Not that chat. This chat. Let me see where. Hold on. Give me 1 minute here. There we go. Now I can see it. All right. So those are some of the examples, and where you can find the GitHub examples. So I talked for a while here. You have any questions?
Any questions? Not yet, I guess. They are digesting the data information which you have given. So that was really good presentation because Content Hub does provide other integrations as well, and this is a real example where we can utilize React also because we are moving ahead towards full stack development. So I think this is a really good presentation. Thank you for taking time and presenting in the SUGHYD. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me. And then if you have any think of anything later on, just message me. I'm on Slack, so and LinkedIn.
Yes, because Psycho community is really helpful and we can reach out anytime. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.